Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da 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 da. Yo, what up, though, people? Like to welcome you back to the Keep It a C-Note podcast. I am your boy Brown. This is the Week 16 NFL recap. The season is almost over, people. 2 more weeks left in the regular season. Some people's fantasy football league wrapped up this week. Some people's fantasy football wraps up next week. Football is almost over, people. Let's start it off in ATL. The Falcons, they was hosting Detroit. They came away with the 20-16 victory. Shout out Matty Ice. He threw for 215 and a touchdown. They didn't really do too much on the ground. Cordell Patterson did run for 14 yards, and he did get into the end zone. But we had a Kyle Pitts sighting. 6 for 102. He did not get in the end zone. Still looking for his first touchdown on U.S. soil. But Atlanta is still alive. They're 7-8. So let's see what's what. As for Detroit, they didn't have DeAndre Swift. They didn't have Jared Goff. They were missing their guys. Tim Boyle still had those people and those brothers in position to win. He threw for 187. He had a touchdown and an interception. Interception was at the end of the game while they was in the red zone trying to score the game-winning touchdown. Jamal Williams, 77 yards on the ground. Shout out Amon-Ra St. Brown, 9 for 91 in the touchdown. If you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, shout out to you, especially if you started him in your fantasy football. Detroit 2-12-1 people. Next up, we had Cincinnati. They was hosting Baltimore, and they beat the brakes off of them, 41-21. Good golly, Miss Molly. Joe Burrow, he got busy. 525 and 4 touchdowns. Joe Mixon, 65 yards on the ground and a touchdown. But no. He also caught 6 out the backfield for 70 yards and another touchdown. But T. Higgins, shout out T. Higgins. That boy really got busy. 12, 194 and 2 touchdowns. Yikes. If you got T. Higgins on your fantasy football team, make some noise. If you got T. Higgins on your fantasy football team and you didn't start him, so sad. Cincinnati, they swept Baltimore this year and also swept Pittsburgh for the first time in a while. They're 9-6. As for Baltimore, no Lamar, no Huntley. They had Josh Johnson, who did play against Cincinnati earlier this year for another team. I believe it was the Jets. He actually tried. He did good. 304, 2 touchdowns, an interception. Devontae Freeman, he got into the end zone. They didn't really do nothing on the ground, but he got in the end zone. But shout out Mark Andrews, 8, 125, and a touchdown. Vito, Sheed, Ali. This is why I tell you, brothers, you have to put some respect on Mark Andrews' name. We can go out there and look like NFL quarterbacks playing with Mark Andrews. That's a fact. The fact that he is not faster than none of the other catching tight ends in the league, that he's the number one option and you know he's going to get the ball every week and you still can't stop him. And like I tried to explain to my co-host Vito, if you're truly a fan of football and not just a fan of all the antics, if it wasn't for Mark Andrews, I don't think Lamar Jackson would have lasted this long in the league. He even sort of said it. I'm just saying. What's your thoughts, people? Baltimore's 8-7. Are they done? Keep it a C-Note. Next up, we had Buffalo. They traveled to New England. They was trying to get payback from a couple Mondays ago when New England just ran the ball and didn't even throw it at all. They came away with the 33-21 victory. Josh Allen, 314, 3 touchdowns. He definitely did his thing. And he had 63 rushing yards, people.
Shout out Isaiah McKenzie. He definitely got busy. 11 for 125 and a touchdown. Stephon Diggs also caught 7 for 85 and a touchdown. Buffalo is 9-6 and in the mix. As for New England, they also fell to 9-6. Mac Jones, he didn't look so good today. 145 and 2 interceptions. Damian Harris got busy though. 103 yards on the ground, and he got in the end zone 3 times. Shout out Damian Harris. Jacoby Myers, 6 for 59 yards. New England is also 9-6 and in the mix, but they're on a 2-game losing streak. I'm just saying. Next up, we had my boys, the Rams, in Minnesota. You know, we wasn't home, but we still got busy. We came up with the 30-23 victory. Matthew Stafford did not look good whatsoever. 197, a touchdown, and not 1, not 2, but 3 interceptions. Barr picked one and ran it back. Like, really? Really, Stafford? You got to get better. You got to take care of the football, Matthew. I'm just saying, like, you're killing me. You're killing me. As for Sony Michel, he ran for 131, had a touchdown. It looks like he's taking Darrell Henderson's job. Henderson did get 1 tote, but then they said he got hurt again. That boy is fragile. I'm just saying. Cooper Kupp, he did Cooper Kupp things. 10 for 109. He didn't get in the end zone, so that was a shocker. But when you're the best receiver in the league, every week you're not going to get in the end zone. So this week, Cooper Kupp did not get in the end zone. But yes, Cooper Kupp is the best receiver in the league. That's a fact. Odell Beckham, he did get in the end zone. 4 for 37 and a touchdown. Shout out Brandon Powell. He had a punt return. The Rams 11-4. But I still need to see more. I'm just saying. As for Kirk Cousins, he threw for 315, a touchdown and an interception. Alexander Madison, he ran for only 41 yards, but he did get in the end zone. And Justin Jefferson, he caught 8. He had 116 yards, but he did not get in the end zone, people. KJ Osborne did. He had 5 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown. Minnesota 7-8. Next up, we had the Jets hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jets come in with the number 2 pick at quarterback. Jacksonville, the number 1 quarterback, had the number 1 quarterback. And, you know, the Jets came away with the victory 26-21. Zach Wilson threw for 102 yards and a touchdown. He also got, it was shout out Michael Carter. Well, shout out to both of these guys, but he also got busy on the ground too, because Zach Wilson had 4 for 91 and a touchdown, including like a 52-yard run where he was running people over, juking, booping, and all of that. So, you know, he definitely got busy. But I think Jacksonville just sweet on the ground because Michael Carter also had 118 on the ground. Braxton Berrios, he caught 5 for 37. The Jets are 4-11. As for Jacksonville, the number 1 pick, Trevor Lawrence, he threw for 280, ran for 37 yards. Pardon me. He did lead them in rushing, if I'm not mistaken. James Robinson tore something. They say an Achilles or something like that. So his season is over, even though Jacksonville's season was over after week 1. I'm just saying. Marvin Jones Jr., he caught 8 for 74. Jacksonville was 2-13. Next up, we had the Eagles in Philly. They was hosting the Giants. They came away with the 34-10 victory, pardon me. They didn't look so good in the first half, but they shook it off. Jalen Hurts threw for 199 and 2 touchdowns. Boston Scott ran for 41 yards. He also had a touchdown. And we had a Devontae Smith sighting, people. 5 for 80 yards and a touchdown. The Eagles are 8-7. Be on the lookout. Miles Sanders did get hurt. We don't know how severe that injury is, but we need to pay attention to it. I'm just saying. What's your thoughts on the Eagles, people? Will they make the playoffs? As for the Giants, they went and started Mike Glennon. He threw for 93 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Yikes. Saquon Barkley, 32 yards on the ground. Good golly, Miss Molly. They got locked down, you hear me? Kadarius Toney, 4 for 28. Shout out to all my Eagles fans that been asking me what happened to my 6-win thing. I had my guy Lil like, damn, Brian, you really thought we was going to win 6 games? I got my cousin Reek throwing indirect shots at me, saying that everybody that was hating on the Eagles is being quiet now. Congratulations. Look, cuz I'm giving you a round of applause. Y'all exceeded expectations. I didn't think y'all had 8 games in y'all. I thought y'all had 6 games in y'all. Shout out to that. Y'all definitely played hard, and I must say, I must keep it a C note. The team is way better than I thought it was. That's just me keeping it a C note. Now, y'all got to do the same thing. Keep it a C note. 8-7. Will the Eagles make the playoff as a wild card team? Keep it a C note. Next up, we had Carolina. They was hosting Tampa. Brady, he down a lot of pieces, but he still came away with the 32-6 victory. He threw for 232 and a touchdown. We had a Keyshawn Vaughn sighting, people. Who? Keyshawn Vaughn. Who? Man, stop playing. Keyshawn Vaughn. He had 7 on the ground for 70 yards and a touchdown. Ronald Jones also got busy, 65 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Antonio Brown, fresh off of the suspension for the fake COVID card. He caught 10 catches for 101. Tampa Bay is 11-4. They look like they may be in playoff mode. I'm just saying. As for Carolina, they did a lot of splitting and mixing their time. Darnold, he threw for 190. Cam threw for 61 yards but threw an interception. Cam also led them in rushing with 42 yards. And Shi Smith was their leader in receptions, 3 for 86 yards. Carolina is a miserable 5-10. Let's move on. The shocker of the day, people. The Houston Texans, they was hosting the LA Chargers. They came away with the 41-29 victory. And that game, that score sounds close. This game wasn't close, people. They beat the brakes off of the Chargers. Davis Mills threw for 254, 2 touchdowns. We had a Rex Burkhead sighting. I grind the Texans up every week. So shout out Rex Burkhead. He definitely got busy. 149 and 2 touchdowns. Good golly, Miss Molly. Chris Conley, he had 3 catches for 60 yards and a touchdown. The Texans, they are 4-11, people. How you feeling about them? As for the Chargers, Justin Herbert, he threw for 336, a touchdown, but 2 interceptions. We had a Justin Jackson sighting, people. He ran for 64 yards, got in the end zone twice, and he had 8 catches out the backfield for 98 yards. I believe they said that this is his first time in a while scoring, so shout out to him. They're 8-7. What's your thought? Will the Chargers thoughts? What's your thoughts, people? The Chargers, will they make the playoffs? Keep it a C note. Let us know. Seattle, they were hosting the Bears. Nick Foles, he got the start. He ain't played in a while. He got the win, 25-24. Nick Foles threw for 250 and a touchdown. David Montgomery only ran for 45 yards, but he got in the end zone. And then with receptions, you had Darnell Mooney, 5 for 57. The Chicago Bears are 5-10, people. And Foles might have looked like their best quarterback. Shout out to Jimmy Graham, too, because after they scored the touchdown, he had the game-winning 2-point conversion. So, same thing I grinded up Baltimore about last week. Chicago went for 2. Jimmy Graham came up with it. They won the game. As for Seattle, Russ, he threw for 81 and 2 touchdowns. He did what he could. Rashad Penny, 135 on the ground and a touchdown. Gerald Everett, he caught 4 for 68 and a touchdown. DK Metcalf also had a touchdown. He had 2 catches for 41 yards. Russell Wilson and the boys, they're 5-10. What's your thoughts, people? Where will Russell Wilson play football at next year? Keep it a C note with us and let us know. Vegas, the Raiders, they was hosting Denver. They came away with the 17-13 victory. Derek Carr threw for 201, a touchdown and an interception. Josh Jacobs, they gave that man the ball this weekend. He had 129 on the ground. Shout out Foster Moreau, 4 for 67. And Hunter Renfrow, he did his normal 340 yards and a touchdown. Vegas, they still fighting people, 8-7. What's your thoughts? Will Vegas make the playoffs? Denver, Teddy Bridgewater still out, concussion. Drew Lock got the start. He only threw for 153. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Javonte Williams, he only had 12 yards on the ground, but he did get into the end zone. My guy, Jerry Jeudy, I thought he was going to have an explosive year. The injury kind of changed that. Jerry Jeudy, 3 for 60 yards. The Broncos are 7-8. Kansas City, the Chiefs, they didn't have Kelsey playing. COVID protocol. They were hosting Pittsburgh. No Kelsey, no problem. They got the 36-10 victory. Patrick Mahomes threw for 258 and 3 touchdowns. Darrell Williams, 55 yards on the ground. He also had 3 catches for 30 yards. But Byron Pringle, 6 catches, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns. Shout out Byron Pringle. The Kansas City Chiefs are 11-4, people. As for Ben Roethlisberger, he threw for 159, a touchdown and an interception. Najee Harris ran for 93 yards. Deontay Johnson caught 6 for 51 and a touchdown. Deontay Johnson, you have been nominated Butterfinger Award of the Week. That stamp, put it down. You've been nominated. The Steelers are 7-1, people. What's your thoughts on them? Let us know. Sunday Night Football. Dallas. They had already clinched coming into the game. They were hosting Washington. And they beat the brakes off of the football team. 56-14. Good golly, Miss Molly. Dak Prescott, 330. 4 touchdowns. Zeke only had 37 yards, but he got in the end zone. And he caught a catch for 5 yards and got in the end zone as well. Amari Cooper, 785 and a touchdown. Malik Turner, who? Malik Turner, 382 touchdown. Dalton Schultz, 882 touchdown. Dallas is now 11-4, people. As for Washington, Heineke, 121. Touchdown, 2 interceptions. Gibson, 29 yards on the ground. He also had 3 catches for 29 yards and a touchdown. Washington is 6-9. So everything is a little tight. Pause. AFC. Baltimore right now is the 7 seed. They're at 8-7. Vegas and the Chargers are also 8-7. Keep it a C note. Which one of those 3 teams get in? Baltimore, Chargers, or the Raiders? Let us know. And the NFC is also tight. Pause. New Orleans, San Fran, Philly, all fighting for the last 2 wild card spots. Keep it a C note. Out of New Orleans, San Fran, Philly, which 2 teams you got getting into the playoffs? Drop a comment, let us know. Shout out Justin Jefferson. Broke the record. He broke the record. So most yards in the first 2 seasons. Shout out Justin Jefferson. Keep it a C note. Would you take anyone over Justin Jefferson at wide receiver if you were building a team right now? Me personally, I would, but Cooper. I'm just saying. Speaking of Cooper, the Rams back in first place in NFC West. The Rams will win the NFC West. Is that overhyped or no cap? Keep it a C note with us. Let us know. Josh Allen, he became the 9th quarterback to throw 100 touchdowns, run for 20 in 4 seasons. Shout out to that. Dallas with the impressive victory. Dallas looks like the most complete team in the NFL. Is that overhyped or no cap? Keep it a C note with us, please. Well, as always, I definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in, showing love. Keep hitting us up, keep showing love. Make sure you follow us on Spotify, Green Room. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you share the link with somebody, please. I'm your boy Brown. And as always, I just want you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell everybody to keep it a C note. And I'll holler at you.
Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da 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 da.